To maximize the potential of our growing economies, take full advantage of the new wave of global economic growth, we propose to create a new BRICS investment platform, which would become a powerful tool to support our national economies, as well as provide financial resources to the countries of the global South and East.
The more tumultuous our times become, the more we must stand firm at a forefront, exhibiting tenacity to jointly open up a new chapter for the high-quality development of the greater BRICS cooperation. The Ukraine crisis still persists, and China and Brazil, in collaboration with other countries from the global South, initiated a group of friends for peace.
BRICS has been responsible for a significant portion of global economic growth in recent decade. Now is the time to move forward with creating alternative payment methods for transaction between our countries. We need to work to ensure the multipolar order we desire is reflected in an international financial system.
The expansion of BRICS earlier this year reflects the group of nations' attention to strengthen multilateral cooperation and raise the voice and interests of the developing countries in various international and regional forums.
As the newest member of the BRICS family, Ethiopia is prepared to engage constructively in fostering multilateralism. It is crucial to acknowledge that economic growth in developing countries is often challenged by unfair global financial systems.
I'm confident that this organization will emerge as a more effective medium to face global challenges, while expanding the bank, ensuring a long-term financial sustainability, healthy credit rating and market access should remain a priority. Our strong belief in our diversity and multipolarity is our strength.
Aspirations for dominance and unilateralism continue to threaten like a deadly plague the foundations of global peace and cooperation. Formation, continuance and expansion of BRICS over the past 15 years proffered the countries and the global community an opportunity to not tether their destinies to the sole dictates of Western powers.
BRICS is an inclusive formation that has the ability to change the trajectory of the global South. To do this, we must realize the full potential of our economic partnership to ensure sustainable development for all and not just for some.
We cooperate not only to counter the current challenges, but we also try to write a roadmap of the future economy that would be more resilient to the future challenges, would be based on innovations, which are the basis for future development of the economies.
Well, it's already been deemed as the Kazan Declaration. It's quite a substantial document, and I think you could call it a summary of everything that was said by all BRICS member states, both throughout the summit and prior to it, but with some interesting specifications and additions. Now, inclusivity, inequality, self-determination, multipolarism, the equal distribution of wealth, these are some of the values that BRICS member states see as the foundation that the world has to stand on. The declaration says that BRICS countries are going to continue strengthening both ties within the organization and with other countries, especially in the global South, especially the developing ones. And they say that the more specific regions, like you said before, are Latin America, Africa, and the Caribbean. They say this document basically registers the emergence of these new centers of power that all of us have been talking about, and so many guests on our air have been talking about. I think this is the first time that a document, an international one of such weight, it actually registers that. And it calls also for the need to create the necessary conditions for all these new emerging centers of power and for the emerging economies and the less powerful countries to create the conditions for them to be able to play a more active role in this new multipolar world. So it's quite exciting. I think that there's so much that fits into that document and corresponds to the current, I'd call it vibe, I guess, in the world, especially in the global south. They've also talked about unilateral sanctions, and basically this declaration criticizes and voices serious concerns, saying that these policies of unilateral sanctions, they have negative effects on the world, including the global economy, food distribution, health even, energy supplies, and have called them violating UN principles. What's most important is, I think they're saying that they want to reform the United Nations, including the UN Security Council. They wanted to be more inclusive, and they wanted to be more corresponsive. You could say that, right? They wanted to correspond more to the new world which is emerging right before our eyes. And actually, I was at the UN Security Council just a few weeks ago, I think, and a lot was talked about that in order for Africa and Latin America to have their representatives and permanent representatives at the UN Security Council. And finally, regional tensions, regional conflicts are mentioned in the document as well, in the declaration. The BRICS countries have slammed Israel's actions in the Middle East, specifically, of course, in Gaza and the West Bank, and Lebanon as well, for its attacks on, first of all, civilian infrastructure, and in general creating a severe humanitarian crisis there. They've called for an immediate stop of any hostilities and have called for, on all sides, to release all hostages. The Ukrainian conflict is touched upon as well, and the BRICS member states are united in the idea that only a diplomatic solution to it is possible. So all in all, this is quite a substantial document, quite a big deal for BRICS, possibly for this new emerging world that we're seeing right now. Many people on air, again, have been saying that this is a historic summit, and perhaps this is why this declaration is really important.
After years of disputes, India and China have agreed to find ways to keep peace on